double down time. Busch Beer, double down. Seriously, folks. This is a Busch Beer Double Down, produced by Louisiana Beer Reviews. This beer was introduced in 1959. It was a regional brand until 1979, when it was relaunched as a national brand. I have some Dave's Insanity sauce, which I will proceed to place into this bowl. Hopefully not too much of it. It's pretty thick though. I find this sauce is very thick, so you end up, damn it, you end up getting a lot more than you really wanted in there, as like just now. Yeah, that's gonna be bad. Okay, so I have this sausage, this President Brie cheese, which says pairs well with beer. Pairs well with Pilsner and Cherry Ale. Okay. It's a light lager, not a Pilsner, but you know, it's in the ballpark, more or less. 25-ounce can. I bought this at a Shell station right there on US Highway 61 northbound. I hope you'll try it. I know you will like it. You will like it. August A. Busch, Jr., 1955. A little background on this beer. In 1955, Schlitz introduced the first beer, first new American beer brand on the market since Prohibition. Old Milwaukee. Oh, this is red beans and rice. I put some red peppers in there. These banana peppers, but they turn red. My neighbor next door said, take as many as you want off the tree. I got this brie. I got this smoked sausage, and I put some yellow onions in there. So let's get that good. And it's going to be so hot. I mean, I put like 3 drops. So there was an old ballpark opened in 1902 in St. Louis called Sportsman's Park. It was renovated a few times, but it had been there since 1902. It stayed open for baseball until 1966, so 64 years of use. Got this Anheuser-Busch shelf glass. Look how light that is. Wow, 4.3% alcohol. Water, barley malt, cereal grains, hops, and yeast. The cereal grains they say on the website is corn, rice, and or dextrose, the brewer's syrup. So you got your corn action, your rice action, and possibly dextrose syrup. Those are mostly flavorless and odorless. They're used as a filler, so it shouldn't really present itself as an aroma. This can was produced on the 24th of August 2016. It's got the date, guys. Celebrate Busch Classic Tradition. It's sort of the throwback can, which has become the regular can. Okay, so already prayed. Alright, so 1953, the Busch family got control of the stadium, the Sportsman's Park, and the St. Louis Cardinals, which they sold off in the 1990s. Maybe 99. Could have been 2002, something like that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. And they also shed their other assets like Busch Gardens, and then eventually in 2008, Anheuser-Busch, the company they founded. But this man, August Busch III, grandson of the last Busch owner, he had this idea that he's going to rename the stadium Budweiser Stadium. Corporate sponsorship of his own park, and have Budweiser signs everywhere, and really push to make that the #1 beer, because until 1957 Pabst Blue Ribbon was #1 and Schlitz was #2, and Schlitz stayed #2 until 1976, but they're going to make a big push. Major League, you know, the National League and the Major League Commissioner was saying, we're not too sure about naming a stadium after a beer brand. So then Schlitz comes out with this budget beer, Old Milwaukee. Now he's thinking, oh, okay, you know, Old Milwaukee, right? So, and this is a major part of the beer industry, the budget segment. And the budget beer wars have been going on now here for 61 years. So, and of course Miller did theirs, and then Pabst had their own budget brands. What was it, Red, White, and Blue, or Best Lager or something? But anyway, he's thinking. He gets an idea. Okay, we won't name it Busch Stadium. We'll name it, Budweiser Stadium. We'll name it Busch Stadium, after my family's heritage. Busch Memorial Stadium. We'll name it after, you know, our family legacy. And then in 1955, 2 years later, they come out with Busch Beer. Smart. Sold in the Midwest, and I've talked to some older guys, born in the 30s and 40s, like Harry, born in 1933, I think he told me, 34. Cartwright, born in 1941, and they were saying, Busch, yeah, that stuff's really thin, light. We don't like it, it's too watery. But it was designed, and this is them guys telling me this 10, 12 years ago. It was designed for these farmers in Kansas and Nebraska and Oklahoma, the Midwest, where it's hot, and it's so overbearingly hot, and they want to drink a real thin beer. And enjoy it, and that's why it's so popular over there. And if you drive around Missouri and those states, southern Illinois, you will see bar rooms with a Busch sign out front. So it was really prominent. It's still prominent here in Louisiana. This beer, Busch Light, has its little following. Some people buy it, but Busch Beer, this, I talked to the distributors, like the bulk merchandiser for our area. He says it's major. It is a major product. Okay. Which is good if you're a fan of it. I like it. I mean, it's thin, it's light, it's not super flavorful, but it has flavor, and the flavor is good to me. It's like, you know, standard American beer flavor, and the price is good, nice, enjoyable. What did I pay for this? I have the receipt. Like the belt buckle. $2.19. So. No, it's not bad. Probably get it cheaper some other places like Racetrack, but they're renovating it right now. I bought a Yingling for a double down on that. For something fiery hot like this, it really works, okay? It really works, because this stuff, I went way overboard. You want to do a cleanse? Make a mistake with Dave's Insanity Sauce. You'll do a cleanse. So 1979, they decided to go national with it. And you're in conjunction with the race cars, the Busch Series, and all of that. And national commercials. 1989, they introduced a draft light lager. Busch Light, which initially was a draft beer, non-pasteurized, cold filtered. That has changed. It's now pasteurized. 1995, they come out with Busch Ice, which we can't get. See it there. Maybe you can see that. It's too low. I can buy that in some states like North Carolina, I think. Texas, but not around here. I don't know why. I guess natural ice rules the roost here. But it's very similar to natural ice, honestly. Fine ice beer, I think. And then the fabulous, in my opinion, Busch Signature Copper Lager, which we can barely get here anymore. Most people I've talked to have never actually had it. And I said, it's so strange. 5.7% alcohol, roasted malts, relatively dark beer along the lines of Michelob Amberbach. The best beer Anheuser-Busch has produced in probably 20 years, and they don't promote it. Craziness. So you got that Busch family, and then it gets a pretty good amount of point of sale advertising, like this sign that they gave me, that the distributor gave me, which I'm sure I'll throw away. You're not going to see television ads for Busch anymore. or for that matter, Old Milwaukee, but you'll see the neon signs and you'll see the posters in the liquor outlets. Oh man. Awa chihuahua, what did I do to myself? You don't want to know what Rate Beer says about this product. You really don't want to know. Any store in Louisiana that I'm aware of that sells beer, unless it's a craft focused store, which there really aren't that many of them, but your regular old beer stores, they're going to have Busch. I mean, honestly, they're going to have Busch. They might have Busch Light, but they're going to have Busch. If I was going to sit down and do deep speculative, not reminiscing, but thinking about the beer, I'm not going to pick this. But if I'm going to eat an overly spiced lunch with 3 times the amount, or 3 times the amount of Dave's Insanity sauce that should be in there, plus black pepper and brie cheese, this really cuts through the heat. Becoming disoriented from the spice. This brie cheese is good from 1975. The company was founded in 1968 in France, but this particular one, the brie, 1975. 20 years before, 1955. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this can of Busch Beer. Am I going to get on the internet and talk about how gourmet it is? I don't think so. Am I going to get on the internet and talk about how pleasant? I'm going to seal the rest for later, an hour or so. I'll talk about how... I think my physical health has been damaged by this. Okay, am I going to get on the internet and talk about how enjoyable it is as far as just a chugging beer and to cut through this extreme heat? Yes, I will. Don't do it. You don't need to prove that you're a man. Just don't go there. Oh man. Okay, so we doubled down on one of the top 20 selling beers in America. It's nice. It's enjoyable. I'm really enjoying it, especially in consideration of what I've done to myself. So we can get it here in bottles and cans. Draft, I'm not aware of that. And in fact, I've never been aware of that. Unbelievable. Thank you for thank you for watching this video production of Busch Beer.